They tore out my balcony tiles, so I tore out their authority. My unit sits on the southeast corner of a 1978 condominium complex in Longboat Key, Florida. It's a 2-bedroom, 1150 square foot space with a narrow balcony overlooking the marina. My father and I retiled that balcony 15 years ago using gray travertine squares, each sealed, leveled, and approved in writing by the association at the time. The tiles match the building's tone and were installed before most of the current board even owned property there. The new board president, Clara, moved in 3 years ago. She was a retired corporate consultant who spoke in policy memos instead of sentences. At our first meeting, she said, "We'll be modernizing the aesthetic." I nodded, unsure what that meant. A month later, she mentioned that my balcony tiles were not in harmony with community uniformity. I reminded her of the old approval letter. She smiled and said, "We'll see what the new standards say." I went away for a week in mid-March. When I returned, dust coated my sliding doors. The balcony was bare concrete. The railings were scratched from pry bars. A work order taped to the door read, "Surface removed per board directive. Unauthorized exterior modification." I called Clara. She said, "We had to act immediately. It's better to ask forgiveness than permission." I didn't argue. I documented. Photos from every angle, timestamps, the original approval letter, and the contractor's note that he'd been authorized by the HOA. My attorney, a condominium law specialist, looked over the documents and said quietly, "They exercised self-help demolition. That's a statutory no-go." A week later, the association sent a letter offering to reimburse 50% of materials as a goodwill gesture. I declined. I filed suit for property damage and injunctive relief. During discovery, their minutes showed no vote, no resolution, just Clara's email. Proceed before he lawyering up. The court hearing lasted 8 minutes. The judge read the documents, looked at me, then at their counsel, and said, "The association lacked authorization to remove private property, cease interference, and compensate damages." Judgment entered. 2 months later, contractors hired by the association reinstalled my original tiles, sourced at market cost $18,946, and paid my legal fees. Their insurer dropped them from coverage for procedural violations. Clara resigned quietly. The board adopted a new rule. Any enforcement requiring alteration of private property must first obtain a judicial order. That clause is now recorded in the condominium's governing documents, binding all future boards. The balcony is quiet again. Light reflects off the travertine in the mornings. The marina water moves without sound.